Ambassador Zenthka clicked his mandibles nervously as he approached the imposing structure of the human embassy on Station Nexus 7. The crystalline corridors echoed with his hesitant footsteps, each sound amplifying his growing dread. 3 cycles had passed since the incident on Kepler 438b, and the Galactic Council was still reeling from humanity's response. The massive doors slid open with a pneumatic hiss, revealing the austere office of Ambassador Sarah Chen. Behind her desk, holographic displays showed real-time feeds from across the galaxy, feeds that made Zenthka's carapace shiver. "Ambassador Chen," he began, his translator struggling with the nuances of his species' clicking speech. "The Galactic Council requests an immediate cessation of your protective operations." Sarah Chen looked up from her datapad, her dark eyes meeting his compound ones without flinching. Humans, Zenthka had learned, were uncomfortable with their direct gaze, a trait that had proven more unsettling than any plasma cannon. "Protective operations?" Sarah's voice carried that peculiar human quality, deceptively calm yet somehow threatening. "Is that what we're calling it now?" 3 cycles ago, the mining vessel Terra Nova had suffered catastrophic engine failure in the outer rim of the Kepler system. Among the 43 souls aboard was 8-year-old Marcus Webb, traveling with his xenobiologist parents to humanity's newest research outpost. When the ship's distress beacon activated, the nearest vessels belonged to the Scritch, a diminutive species known more for their timidity than their heroism. The Scritch rescue ship Gentle Current had every reason to ignore the human distress call. Pirates roam those sectors. The Galactic Insurance Consortium wouldn't cover cross-species rescues. Most species would have logged the beacon and continued on their trade routes. Instead, Captain Yithka and his crew of 12 had altered course immediately. "Your people saved 1 human child," Sarah continued, pulling up the incident report. "Marcus Webb, age 8. When pirates attacked your rescue ship, your Captain Yithka ordered his crew to form a defensive perimeter around the humans. When the pirates demanded you surrender the humans for ransom, your captain refused." Zenthka's antennae drooped. He knew what came next. "3 of your people died protecting beings they'd never met." Sarah's voice softened slightly. "Captain Yithka held Marcus in his arms while your ship burned around you, telling him stories about your homeworld singing crystals to keep him calm." The ambassador's mandibles clicked, an unconscious sign of distress. "It was what any decent being would do." "No," Sarah stood, walking to the massive viewport overlooking the bustling space station. "It was what your people would do." The Galactic Council's post-incident analysis was quite telling. In the past century, the Scritch have the highest rate of cross-species rescue operations, despite having the smallest fleet. You've pulled Zarathi ships from black hole event horizons, shared your food supplies with Maclari refugees, and consistently voted for aid packages to developing worlds. She turned back to face him. "So when the Terran Alliance learned that the Scritch, all 6 billion of you across 47 worlds, were being systematically excluded from trade agreements, denied medical aid during your recent plague outbreak, and ignored when you requested help with the asteroid threatening your homeworld, well, we had a decision to make." Zenthka's translator buzzed as it processed his rapid clicking. The Council's decisions were based on economic factors. "The Council's decisions," Sarah interrupted, her voice hardening, "were based on the fact that your people are small, peaceful, and have no significant military. You're easy to ignore." She activated her desk's holographic display showing fleet movements across the galaxy. Zenthka's eyes widened as he saw the scope of humanity's response. The Terran Third Fleet is currently escorting Scritch medical supplies through the Kandorian blockade. The Fifth Fleet has established a permanent patrol around your homeworld. That asteroid won't be a problem anymore. And as of this morning, any trade embargo against the Scritch is considered an act of aggression against humanity. "But why?" Zenthka's voice carried genuine bewilderment. "We saved 1 human child. This response is disproportionate." Sarah Chen smiled, an expression that never failed to unnerve non-humans. "Ambassador, you've never understood humans, have you? We're not a particularly logical species. We don't calculate cost-benefit ratios for moral decisions. When someone protects our children, even 1 child, that tells us everything we need to know about their character." She pulled up another display showing the Gentle Current's final moments, Captain Yithka's small form, shielding young Marcus from plasma fire while evacuation pods launched around them. Your captain could have saved himself first. Your crew could have negotiated with the pirates. Instead, they chose to protect a human child they'd known for less than 6 hours, knowing it might cost them everything. Sarah's expression grew serious. There are thousands of species in this galaxy, Ambassador. Most ignore each other unless there's profit involved. Some prey on the weak, a few actively spread suffering. But your people? Your people see a child in danger and think, how can we help? And without calculating the cost. So you declared us under your protection. We declared you family, Sarah corrected. There's a difference. The Terran Alliance doesn't protect the Scritch because you're strategically valuable, or because we need allies. We protect you because you're the kind of beings we want to see more of in this universe. Zenthka was quiet for a long moment, processing this information. The Council fears this sets a precedent, that humanity will claim any species that shows them kindness. Sarah's smile returned, sharper this time. The Council should fear that, shouldn't they? Imagine a galaxy where showing basic decency to humans guarantees their protection, where helping a human child stranded in space earns you the backing of the most powerful military force in known space. She leaned forward, her hands pressed against the desk. The Council has spent centuries maintaining order through carefully balanced power structures and calculated indifference. But humans don't think like that. We remember kindness. We repay it with interest, and we never ever forget when someone hurts our friends. The ambassador's translator fell silent as Zenthka struggled to find words. Finally he managed, "What do you want from the Council?" "Full recognition of Scritch sovereignty, immediate medical aid for the plague survivors, fair inclusion in all future trade agreements, and a formal apology for the systematic discrimination." "And if the Council refuses?" Sarah Chen's smile disappeared entirely. "Then the Council will learn why humanity became the most feared battle cry in the galaxy. We've spent 3 cycles showing remarkable restraint, Ambassador. That restraint exists entirely because Captain Yithka taught us that there are still decent beings worth protecting in this universe." She stood, extending her hand in the human gesture of farewell. "Tell the Council they have 1 standard cycle to comply. After that, we'll be far less diplomatic about protecting our extended family." As Zenthka left the embassy, his mind raced with the implications. Humanity had just rewritten the rules of galactic politics with a simple principle: protect a human child, earn humanity's eternal loyalty. The Council would comply, of course. They had no choice. But Zenthka found himself wondering what kind of galaxy they were creating. One where kindness was rewarded with unshakable alliance, where protecting the innocent guaranteed protection in return. Perhaps, he thought as his ship prepared for departure, it wouldn't be such a terrible galaxy after all.